Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. Is this crooked? Is this thing crooked? What's up, y'all? I think it's all right. What's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come and run my mouth and talk about the mess. You know, when I tell you I was so confused about Peter Thomas. So, okay, this is according to Us Magazine. Former Real Housewives of Atlanta star Peter Thomas reports to federal prison to serve tax sentence. Baby, when I tell you, I thought that they had let Peter just go. Girl, because remember when he got, girl, I could have swore I saw Peter one day in the car. Maybe he had just left the courthouse. And I thought that his brother or some man was driving him to prison. And so when I would see, like, Peter just been out and about, just living his best life. And I was like, I thought Peter was in jail. I thought Peter was in jail. No, I guess he was just waiting for the day to come to him for him to report. If it was me, girl, it's not gonna be me. But I'm just saying, if I was Peter or anybody else who had to go to jail, baby, just let me go right today. Let me just go today and just start and get this over with so I can come home. Baby, all that girl leaving the courthouse, going out partying, girl, for about 6, 7 months, and then having to come back, girl, that's half of the time right there. Let me go right now. Because I'm trying to come back home as soon as possible. Okay, so anyways, the article goes, the Real Housewives of Atlanta star Peter Thomas has officially begun serving his federal prison sentence for failure to pay taxes, Us Weekly can confirm. Thomas, 64, reported, and girl, it's no shade to one of the cousins. Girl, this is exactly why I don't listen to y'all. Girl, somebody told me in the comment section. Now, this is not a far stretch from the truth. Somebody in the comment section told me that Peter was serving his sentence. He would just go in on the weekends. Yeah, what? Now I do know somebody for real in real life who was sentenced to, I don't know if it was federal prison, but they were sentenced to jail, and they would go turn themselves in on a Friday, and then they will be released. I think either on a Sunday or I think a Monday morning. So they would just basically do weekends in jail. Yes. So, but in this situation, I was like, girl, what? So he go to prison, he go to federal prison, and then he come home on Monday, girl, live it up, and then go back on Friday. Go back Friday morning. I guess, girl. Anyways, y'all let me know if things like that happen as it pertains to federal prison. Um, so sorry, let me find my spot. Thomas, 64, reported to the Federal Correctional Institution in Miami on Friday, August the 1st, to serve his 18-month sentence, according to court records obtained by Us. The Baltimore Banner was the first to report the news. Excuse me. At the time, the restaurant, where they went on to talk about Cynthia. Girl, Cynthia, like, girl, don't include my name in that, girl. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Thomas, who was married to housewife Cynthia Bailey from 2010 to 2017, made headlines in September 2019 when he was reportedly forced to close his Sports One bar and lounge in Charlotte, North Carolina. At the time, the restaurant was given a federal tax lien for more than $236,000 as the federal government looked to secure previously unpaid taxes. According to federal public records filed in August 2019, Sports One owed quarterly unemployment and payroll taxes for December 2016 to December 2017. Thomas' legal troubles didn't end there. Federal prosecutors claimed that Thomas failed to pay more than $2.5 million on unemployment taxes from 2017 to 2023, including more than 1.7 million that was allegedly taken out of his employee's paycheck for several of his businesses. So, from what I understand, is like, if you own, like, if you run a business, you take the money out of like our checks, and then like for taxes or whatever, and then you're supposed to pay, girl, the people. And he was taking the money out of his employees' checks and not paying the people. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, though. Um, Okay, the former reality star was part of his hospitality space um, in Charlotte, Baltimore, and Miami with his businesses including Club One, CLT, Sports One, Bar One Miami Beach, and Bar One Baltimore. Thomas allegedly withdrew 2.5 million from his businesses, used $370,000 for travel and real estate, and used more than $250,000 on shopping at high-end stores, according to federal prosecutors. Girl. In July 2024, Thomas pleaded guilty to one count of willfully failing to collect and pay over unemployment taxes. He was sentenced in December of that year of 2024. Girl, I just would have went to jail. Girl, just go ahead and send me. Girl, I don't need. Girl, I see. Girl, just send me to jail. Um, he was sentenced in December of that year to 18 months in prison and 2 years of supervised release. Additionally, Thomas was ordered to pay more than $2.5 million in restitution to the IRS. According to court records obtained by us, Thomas is expected to be released in November 2026. Earlier this year, Thomas warned other business owners not to follow his footsteps as he prepared to go to prison. Girl, I'll put the link to this article in the description box. He took accountability for what he did, but it's still trifling. Peter used to be one of my faves. I used to go up for Peter, girl. I really did. But to hear that, you really were stealing from your employees, that is so trifling, low down, dirty, and musty and dusty. Just tired, laden through. Anyways, so, will he get out early? I think y'all told me that when you do federal time, you don't get out early. Is that true? I don't know. I don't know, and I don't need to find out. So yeah, shout out to Peter. Inmate 972-330, baby. Close that door, baby.
And so clank.
So Clarissa Shields and Laila Ali. Laila, you need to go handle Clarissa. When I tell you Clarissa talking mucho shit, girl, when I tell you Clarissa is talking disrespectful cash money shit, girl, you need to go whoop her ass. Girl, real quick and fast. I don't know if you're going to whoop her ass. Laila is a woman of a particular age. Okay, we're not gonna act like Laila is almost pushing 50. We're not gonna act like Laila, girl, been training every day of the week. Like, girl, what's that nigga name? The one with the fro, the one who got fired, and then Jay-Z told y'all, girl, that we done kneeling. Colin Kaepernick. Colin. They said Colin's still training, like you going back to work. Colin, baby, stop. At this point, Colin will do better just grabbing him a microphone like everybody else and coming down to YouTube. That's your best bet. Anyways, let me stop trying to shit on people's dreams. Well, Clarissa was stopped by TMZ, and for those who don't know, it came up to Laila Ali about fighting Clarissa Shields. She threw out there that she wouldn't even entertain the conversation unless they got about 15, 20 million, for her to even think about it. Now, in Laila's defense, she didn't say that she would fight. She said that she would think about it.
Laila, last one at Clarissa Shields. There's rumors that you're gonna come back and fight her. What everybody's talking about it, or in the boxing circle.
The rumor that I heard was that I said that unless somebody had 15, 20 million, don't even call me about this. That's all.
Turkey has that money. Turkey's gonna set this up. I know it.
Unless somebody calls me and says they have it, we're not even gonna have a conversation. I'm not trying to come back and fight, but if someone offered that kind of money, I would actually have to think about it.
I'll talk to Turkey tonight.
Do I look like I can fight again?
Yes, you do.
Yeah. I think so too.
You're beautiful too.
So Clarissa took that information. She went and found the $15 million. A lot of people don't want Laila to fight because they feel like it will ruin her legacy, Now, I'm sure Clarissa and Laila can whoop my ass. Girl, if Laila don't want the 15, I damn sure take it. Okay, I just get in, girl. windmill a couple of times. Girl, you knocked me out, and I gone by my business. Okay, but I'm set up differently. I ain't got no money like Laila. So Laila probably don't even need the money. We not turning down on 15 million though. Okay, girl, we not turning down 1 million. Okay, I get my ass whooped by Clarissa for 1 million. I would. Okay, so anyway, but yeah, so Clarissa found the 15, and this is what Clarissa had to say. So I guess the answer is no. That Laila is not going to, girl, fight her. So just take a listen to what Clarissa had to say, and y'all let me know what y'all think.
What's up, Papoose? How you feeling? Hey, Clarissa, how you doing today?
Hey, how you doing?
It's good to see you.
Same.
I gotta talk to you about things heating up right now between you and Laila Ali.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us about that. What's going on? I know she recently came on the internet and, said that nobody's gonna call the shots for her. What was kind of like your response to that?
Laila and her representatives has told us no. Like, the answer is no. She doesn't want to fight, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. I'm not upset. I mean, I wouldn't fight me either. You know what I'm saying? I understand that she's scared. I'm moving on. I got plenty of girls who I can fight. I can make plenty of championship fights. I can go up, I can go down. I mean, it's not a big deal. I thought that she was about all that talk. She wanted 15 million. I went and got the 15 million, and now it's all this backpedaling. So, congrats to her and whatever she's doing, but I'm moving on with my career, and I'm happy that she said no. I really didn't want to have to put the pause on her anyway. You know what I'm saying? Her and her team, great. I think that's great that they did what they did. That's perfect for me. Yeah.
So she hasn't officially came out and said that to the public, so it's officially a no. It's not going to happen.
It is 100 ways. It is 100 ways to say yes and one way to say no. It is, and if you want to fight, you can say yes. You can say yes. Her and her representatives are like, it's beneath them. She wants to be like in the public and keep her name tied to mine because I'm young and popping. That's the truth. She's not. Like, she's Laila Ali, but I'm Claressa Shields, and right now it's my time. And she wants to keep her name connected to mine to keep, selling whatever she's selling. I don't know if it's spices or whatever it is, but it's not boxing. And I've been #1 in the world for the past 6, 7, 8 years, and I'll continue to be that, with or without her. So at the end of the day, time waits for no one, and I'm not waiting around for Laila. Look, if you want the 15 million, come and get it. If you don't, I mean, I wouldn't turn down 15 million, would you? Right.
No, of course not. So do you think that's what it is? It's more of a, clout thing, using your name?
It's absolutely clout.
Do you think she's scared to fight you?
Laila is scared to fight me, and I would be scared to fight me too. I get it, but hey, this is the world of, clout and social media. Everybody wants it, and only real people are doing real things, so it's not a knock to anybody, just the fact that we're in a generation now where the women fight each other.
Yeah.
We don't duck each other, and back in her generation, that's all she did. So it is what it is.
So for you, you're still open to it if she's down for it. You got the 15 million ready. You still want to do it.
Absolutely, but I'm not going to wait around for anybody. You know what I'm saying? I have other fights lined up. I'm still fighting the best, pound for pound, #1, selling out arenas, making multiple millions of dollars. I don't have to wait around for anybody to do that. So it's really a win-win for me, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I know you want to do it this year, right? If it were to come down to it.
Listen, it can be figured out. It's all about when she wants to. Regardless, I'm going to stay booked and busy, regardless.
I'm only asking because I know you said that you wanted to, have a kid next year, that you guys are going to try to have a baby. So you want to get that out the way first before you do that.
Listen, regardless, if she want to fight, it can be a fight that can be made. But time waits for nobody. That's the main thing. I'm 30. I can have a kid and pop back the next few months. I'm not 40 or 50 years old. So listen, if she wants to fight to get made, it can get made. To the public, listen, I did what I had to do. She opened her mouth and said, 15 million would make her, get up out the bed and give her some motivation to come back and kick some ass. I got the 15 million, now this. So I'm sorry to disappoint you, but that's y'all champion.
last thing before you go, does this make you like lose respect for Laila, or how
Yeah,
do you feel about it?
absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, Muhammad Ali would never. Her daddy would never. Her daddy would never. Like, you called out Muhammad Ali, he was coming to check you, and he was coming to put to lay hands on you. Maybe she don't have that in her genes.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Baby. I said, oh, Clarissa got some big pussy lips, baby. Girl. Clarissa said, baby, you ain't even your daddy's daughter. Girl, she brought your daddy into the conversation. I said, oh baby, she wants her ass whooped. Laila, off that alone, you need to go over there and pop her ass. Okay. Baby, I said, oh baby, Clarissa, she ain't no scary bitch. That's what I give. I'm gonna give Clark like that. I'm gonna give Clarissa that, baby. Girl, I'm gonna give Clarissa that. Girl, you know she might be a little slow. But girl, she ain't scary. Because Clarissa said straight up, girl, you ain't even your daddy's daughter. She said, girl, you an embarrassment to the legacy. She said, your daddy would never turn down nobody talking shit like that to him. That's what she said. Y'all heard her? That's what she said. Bitch, I know you heard her, because I heard her. That's what she said. Girl, Laila, if you don't do nothing else, you better get your phone and tell that bitch, I don't know who the fuck you think you talking to, bitch. I'm gonna whoop your ass. Girl, knowing damn well, girl, Laila might not whoop her ass. We're just gonna call it for what it is. Clarissa is 30, Laila pushing 50. Clarissa, girl, Laila probably ain't been trained. Laila probably stopped training the day she retired. Okay? Girl, I'm still gonna talk shit through this phone. Though. I don't know who the fuck you think you talking to. I'm gonna whoop your ass. Just like that. Okay? Just like that. Would. Girl, you better watch it. Mister. Now, can I say something up for real, though? I think Clarissa is a pretty girl. And she stepped up her fashion with this look. Clarissa got some cute, one or two cute looks I done seen. The only thing I'm trying to figure out is where in the hell is you going? Girl, it is August the 8th, okay? And all I see is Clarissa walking around with feathers all around her neck. I see Papoose with a t-shirt on, and I'm assuming that's a security guard with a button-down short sleeve shirt on. Where is you going with that long sleeve black dress on with all of this, girl, just around your neck? Girl, I know your neck is hot. Girl, because I know wherever you at, girl, it ain't cold. Girl, I refuse to believe that it's cold wherever Clarissa is at. Now I do know she might be in LA. And they say sometimes in LA, well, I did go to LA one time and it does get cold. And for me to say it get cold, girl, because I'm always hot, I was like, I need me a jacket. Girl, you got a little girl, there's a little breeze, girl, coming through. So she might be in LA where it's the weather is always gorgeous, they say down in LA, but I don't think it was that goddamn cold. Not for her to be walking around here with no fucking feathers, girl, wrapped around her neck like she in New York, girl, in the middle of fucking December. I said, girl, where is she going? I know you hot. Girl, I'm hot looking at you. Okay? Anyways, girl, shout out to Clarissa, though, all BS aside. The fight probably won't happen. If I was Laila, I probably wouldn't fight. If I were Laila, I'm not saying if I were me. I'm saying if I were Laila, and I know that sometimes for some people, legacy means everything. If I know, like, I really don't necessarily. I mean, $15 million is a nice chunk of change. We're not gonna act like it's not. But Laila may not be hurting for money. And it's so crazy, girl. Laila literally popped on my TV today. I was watching the Food Network. Y'all know I love the Food Network and HGTV. Even though girl, when I tell you, bitch, they canceling shows left and right on HGTV, girl, everybody is losing their jobs. Okay. But I was watching the Food Network and a commercial popped up with Laila. I think she's hosting some show, some food show. I guess that's why Clarissa said in the clip, she must be trying to sell her spices, and girl tries to say she's using her for clout. Girl, can I say something? Girl, not always, but I've known who Layla Ali is, girl, for probably a couple of decades now. My first time hearing of Clarissa Shields um, was when that movie came out of her life. I'm not someone who necessarily pays attention to sports, but girl, just because I don't like that just goes to show if you are like, one of the top athletes if I've heard your name before. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even really pay attention to sports, and I still knew who Layla Ali was. And maybe because her father was Muhammad Ali, that's why I knew who she was. But it doesn't take away from the fact that I knew who she was. And girl, Clarissa, I just found out who you were. Girl, Layla don't need to use Clarissa Shields for clout. And if we're gonna be honest, can we just be honest about it? Girl, most of the time when Clarissa makes the blogs is because of some shit that's attached to her name regarding Remy Ma and Papoose. We're not just gonna act like, girl, Clarissa is just making the blogs off of her own name. It's usually tied to some mess because she fucking that married man. I mean, he's separated, but girl, he's still him and Remy Ma, I think, are still legally married, I believe, or at least when she got involved with Papoose, um, he was still legally married. So it's like, girl, I don't think Layla really has to use her name for clout because it's Layla Ali. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like we know who. Well, I know who. It's not like I see Clarissa just in the blogs in the media. I know she was in the media a couple of weeks ago. Because she won a fight. But for the most part, it's always something that has to do with Papoose and Remy Ma. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on, y'all. All right, y'all. So this is according to Fox5Atlanta.com. So Atlanta rapper Erica Banks arrested with stolen gun at airport. Atlanta rapper Erica Banks is expected to appear in court soon following her arrest on a charge of theft by receiving stolen property. What we know, Banks, whose legal name is Erica Charmaine Bro, was booked in the Clayton County Jail on Wednesday night and released a few hours later, according to jail records. Late Thursday morning, Atlanta police released information about the arrest. According to the incident report, Banks was stopped at the north checkpoint of Hartsville-Jackson Atlanta International Airport because a gun was discovered in her Louis Vuitton bag. Babe, I know that's right, baby. Girl, baby, keep heating your Chanel or your Louis Vuitton, babe. You never know, we got to use it on one of these miracles. Which she placed on a conveyor belt for an x-ray machine. Banks told the officers that she was not aware that there was a gun, which was a black and gray Smith & Wesson, in her bag, and she was planning to board a flight to Houston. Girl. A police officer ran a check on the gun and discovered that it came back as stolen in 2018. As stolen in 2018 out of Greensville, South Carolina. Banks informed the police that the gun belonged to her security, but did not give them a name. Banks was arrested at the airport and taken to the Clayton County Jail. And then her attorney came out and said, this is according to WSBTV.com. Her attorney came out and said, Channel 2's Tom Jones learned she has hired well-known attorney, the Fly lawyer, formerly known as Jackie Patterson. He gave Jones the following statement. It is our contention that when she was caught with this weapon, she had no idea it was stolen. So she is not guilty of any offense. And once we get to court on this case, my job is to make sure this never becomes a part of her criminal history and to have these charges dismissed, baby. Let me just say something. Girl, the first thing is this. Girl, what type of security y'all be hiring? Girl, you got Cardi with her ghetto ass in France, girl, with her security, who, girl, having a meeting in a ladies' room trying to decide whether or not Cardi should fight Ra Ali. Girl, just ghetto. Girl, like ghetto, gutter snipe, girl. The whole purpose of security is to protect you, get you out of harm's way. And also, I would think that, girl, if I don't have to get myself hurt, then, girl, I want to, you know what I'm saying? You would never hear about Julius having a meeting with Beyonce on whether or not, girl, she should walk up, girl, and pop Farrah. Should I go whoop that whole ass? Because that bitch was talking shit. Yeah, go whoop that whole ass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got Erica, whose security has a stolen gun from 2018. The next thing is, how do y'all be going to the airport and not be knowing what's in y'all stuff? Unless somebody is responsible for packing your bags, that's the only way it would make sense. Unless somebody is responsible for packing your bags, then that would make sense. If you know what I'm saying, if you have an assistant and then they did something and you just grab your bag and go. Girl, I wouldn't think that Erica Banks. Girl, does Erica Banks need an assistant? Girl, I'm not trying to be funny, but I mean, you know what I'm saying. So I can see Erica. No shade. I can see Erica packing her own bags. You know what I'm saying? Girl, how do you get to the airport and you don't know you have a whole gun in your Louis Vuitton bag? Those stories would never make sense to me. Never. Now I will say, girl, my sister, girl, Bailey Tatum and Sloan's mama. When we went to the airport, she said she forgot she had a knife in her bag, and she had the knife because she was cutting some fruit. She was cutting some fruit, girl, for the girls or something, and girl, she just threw the bag of her knife. I mean, she threw the knife in her bag, and she looked down, and bitch, it was a big ass motherfucker. Butcher knife, well, no butcher knife, because she looked down in her purse because she saw that knife. I think she was. I think we were at the car. I mean, I think she was at the airport in the car, and she just happened to look at her purse, and she just left the knife inside their car. Anyways, so they did happen to my sister, but for the most part, like I don't get a gun. Anyways, child, it is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. I need y'all to start checking y'all bags, double checking y'all bags before y'all get to the airport. Girl, I mean, I don't have those issues, but you know, clearly it's something because I think wasn't it Jules Santana? I think it happened to Jules. I think he had a gun on him. Zonique, Tani's daughter. So it's something that be going on where y'all just don't feel the weight of a gun in y'all purse. You know, they already say women carry everything in their purse but the kitchen sink. No, I think they said carry everything in the purse, including the kitchen sink. Anyways, it is what it is. All right, y'all. I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good night. Bye, y'all.